My name is Jackie, and I think I'm going to name my YouTube channel Real Life with Jackie. Or should it be Keeping It Real with Jackie? Or just Keeping It Real? Or maybe just Real Life? You can help me out there if you want. Sorry about that. So, you're probably wondering why I'm all shiny. I just took a shower and put on a facial mask because I don't know about any of you. I'm 65 and I got one of those magnifying mirror things. Oh my God. I had no idea. You know, you just look in a regular mirror and you look fine. And then you put in a magnified by 10 times and you don't look so fine when you're at my age. So, thus, the mask. Here it is. It's a clearing pomegranate peel-off face mask. There it is. And I like it. I was trying to find the green one for you guys. Because, you know, it shows up more, but I don't know where it is because I'm very disorganized. And I have what's called mild cognitive impairment, MCI. And so I have problems with my memory. So I'll find it. I'll be looking for something else and I'll find it. Just like I try and put something in a special place to keep it safe, and then I can't remember where that special place is, and then I find the thing, you know, like a year later. But that's me. What else should I tell you about? I'm married. I have 2 grown sons, and between them I have 5 beautiful grandchildren, of course the most beautiful in the world. And I am a dog sitter and house sitter. I have my husband we were high school sweethearts, and so we've been married, God, I think 43 years, and we were together 7 years before we got married. So, and we still just love each other, and it's wonderful to have this wonderful man in my life. He's sweet as pie. And one thing about him, though, you know, when you get old, crap starts happening, and he got diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and he was only about 40 years old. And yeah, and they called it young onset Parkinson's disease. And he'd been having symptoms probably for 3 years before that, but we didn't know that those were symptoms of Parkinson's. You know, we didn't really know anything about it except that people shake. You know, you see shaky hands, and you might see somebody kind of shuffle walking. But his first symptoms, I can't think of words sometimes, thanks to MCI. His first symptoms were kind of, well, I'll just tell you, he was having panic attacks, and they were really bad. And then he was choking all the time when he was eating or drinking stuff. And he was kind of stiff when he walked. In fact, one of his girlfriends called me and said, Jackie, something wrong with Dan because he doesn't like swing his arms when he walks. And, you know, I don't think most people would notice that, but his friend did. So those were his first symptoms. And then we finally went to the doctor when he had a shaky hand on one side. And I used to work for a doctor. I was a medical assistant for 25 years. And so I went to him, and he's very blunt. Some people, you know, couldn't handle him and thought he was mean or whatever, but he's just blunt. He had a good heart. He just is like, oh, you got Parkinson's disease, and I'll send you to my friend the neurologist. So that's what we did. We went to the neurologist, and he did all these tests. And he's like, yeah, I think you got Parkinson's, but you know, the best way to tell is I'll give you this medication for Parkinson's, and if it doesn't help you, then you don't have Parkinson's. So we're like, oh, okay. So he took the medicine and for a couple weeks, and he's like, it's not doing anything for me. So we're like, okay, don't have Parkinson's. And, you know, we tell my doctor that I worked for, and he's so, anyway, we got a second opinion, and that person did the test, and he's like, yeah, you got Parkinson's. And he said, you've got such the classic symptoms. Can I just videotape you with that? I won't show your face. And we're like, okay. So he videotaped him. I can't show you right now what the tests are because I'm holding the phone in my hand, and it takes two hands. So I'll show you those later. But anyway, so put him back on the medication because Dan stopped. I don't have Parkinson's. And then he still said, I don't have Parkinson's. So we went to UCSF, which is the University of California in San Francisco, and to a really, fancy doctor. And he did all the tests, and, they have him walk down the hall and do things with his hands. And he's like, yeah, you got Parkinson's. And Dad's like, no, I don't. Anyway, he was in denial for a year. He kept saying, I don't have Parkinson's. But, obviously he's had it now, let's see, like 25 years already. And, things are getting worse and it sucks ass. But his doctor at UCSF said that the young onset kind, which he has, is a slow boat. He said it won't be as dramatic as when old people get it. A lot of don't get it till they're like 70 or 80 or whatever. And then it goes really fast. So, Dan still drives and does some work, and he feeds the dogs, brings out the garbage and does the dishes. Yes, I hate dishes. So, he doesn't want to go anywhere or do anything. I think the only thing that motivates him to get out of the house is to go get some food. He'll do that. Oh, good. I've talked for almost 7 minutes. I'm doing a challenge, too. I should tell you about that is, this thing's going to fall off, is talk to the camera for 30 days. It's supposed to make you more confident because I am not confident in front of a camera, and I'm looking around. I don't know how to edit, and so that'll be a challenge for me too. I used to know how to edit though. I used to, sorry, I'm stumbling here. I used to be a producer of 3 different television shows on community TV. And so part of my job is, basically doing everything, like thinking of the topic of the day and coming up with props. And we would make videos, usually comedy videos, and I would edit them. And I did it at the TV studio, and I could do it. I took a class and they showed me how, but now everything's digital. This was in the way back, and digital wasn't around yet. So I'm trying to learn how to edit all by myself. So I think I'm running out of stuff to say right now. Oh, I know. My iPad, I've had it for a really long time. You like my face? My iPad was going crazy, and so is my iPhone. I've had them for a long time, and I guess they just start doing that. But I know I had like 5 million pictures on it. Actually, 47,000 on my iPad, and it's just not behaving. It just won't let me turn it on anymore. It just keeps going to put in your code. I put in the code, and then it comes back and put in the code, and I don't get it. So I ordered a used one, the same one that I have now. I got it off of Amazon with a 1-day delivery. So look. It's in there. I haven't opened it yet. It just came in the mail. So I'm excited about that, but I'm kind of hiding it from my husband because he probably doesn't want me to spend the money on something like that, but I need my iPad, That's where I like to do the editing because it's a bigger picture than my little phone. And yeah, I have an iPhone and an iPad and an iWatch because both of our sons work at Apple and we get good discounts. And also they have gifted us with the watches, which is super sweet. But I know they did it because it has the help. I've fallen and I can't get up kind of thing. If you fall down, their voice will come over your phone and say, are you all right? Do you need help? And then they'll also call our son and one of them and let him know that, something's going on. So anyway, I got my new iPad, and hopefully I'll be able to set it up. If not, I'll have to ask my son. We see him and his wife and kids every Thursday. We watch them. We pick them up at school and bring them to our house, and spoil them and give them too much sugar, because that's my job. I gotta give them too much sugar and then send them back home. Yeah. So speaking of my dog watching job, right now I'm watching Diesel, and we've watched him several times for weeks and weeks and weeks. His family's traveling quite a bit, and now they're moving to Colorado. So this will be our last week with Diesel, and he's just like a part of our family. My grandkids love him. He sleeps in the bed with me. I'll show you. He's taking a nap right now. I wonder if I can turn this. No. Okay. I have no idea if you saw him or not, because I couldn't see the picture. And the mess in back is stuff that I'm going to put in my van. I just got some new blankets and stuff. My van is like my escape pod, I call it. And I haven't really gone camping yet. I spent one night in it, and I was scared because I thought I heard Bigfoot in the forest. I'm sure it was a deer, but, my mind went to Bigfoot first, because apparently there's been sightings in our area. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is enough for right now. I don't know. This isn't dry yet. I was going to peel it off for you, but, I think I'm just running out of stuff to talk about. Well, I thought of one more thing. One of the symptoms, I forgot to mention his first symptoms. One of them was that Dan has, what do they call it? He acts out his dreams. And so he's moving around a lot, and he's talking, he falls out of bed. Sometimes he's yelling, sometimes he's laughing. Luckily, it seems like most of his dreams are happy dreams, so that makes me happy. But we cannot sleep in the same bed anymore because I was getting hurt. And plus all the talking and moving around, I'm a light sleeper, so he was waking me up. So he has his own room, and I have my room, and we go to sleep at night without each other, and I miss him so much. Sometimes I bribe him to come in here for me for a little while, scratch his back and, stuff. But yeah, we can't sleep in the same bedroom, so, almost every night, if he's having a good night sleeping, because most nights, my husband, he cannot sleep. He just... As part of Parkinson, some people have a lot of trouble with that, and he's one of them, sadly. That's his biggest thing that bugs him the most, I would say, is not being able to sleep. And then sometimes he's shaking so bad he just cannot feed himself. I'll watch him. He'll try, and, in fact, one time I went into the kitchen. I was hearing all this noise in the kitchen, and I went in there, and he was trying to pour cereal in his bowl, but his hand started shaking, and he was flinging cereal all over the kitchen, and we just were cracking up because, you gotta laugh or you're gonna cry. So we laughed a lot, and the dogs ate the cereal off the floor. Thank you, doggies. We used to have 5 dogs, and then 4 of them were wiener dogs. And then they all lived to really good, long lives. Our last one we just put to sleep just a few months ago. And yeah, that was hard. I miss him so much. Anyway, he almost lived to be 23. If he would have made it till October, he would have been 23. We were trying to go for the world's record, but he just, he got dementia, and he just, I think he was getting upset. He was confused about where he was, and he couldn't see very well, and he couldn't hear a thing, but he slept with me every night, snuggled up to me, and I miss my little guy. So now, over the years, we moved to Hawaii for 5 years. We decided, with Dan's Parkinson's, we wanted to, do a lot of fun stuff until he couldn't do stuff anymore. And so we moved to Hawaii, which was, that's hard. It's dry up there, not dry there. Anyway, moved to Hawaii for 5 years, and we had 2 of our wiener dogs left, and one was Reggie, who we just put to sleep, and then there was little Vienna, our little Vienna sausage. She was hilarious. She was tiny, but she had these chunky fat paws that just didn't go with her little body. She was Dan, my husband called her a Spitfire. So she ended up passing away in Hawaii, and we adopted a couple dogs while we were there. We got Ray, that we named after Dan's dad, who passed away a few years back. And we call him Ray Ray mostly, and he's a kick in the pants. He's a rat terrier mix, and everything he does is fast. I'll show you to him later. And then we got, excuse me, we got Stubby, and Stubby is part wiener dog too, and something else. But she's just, and we did not name her Stubby. We adopted her. She was, they think 7 or 8 years old, and her owner had died, and so we took in Stubby, and she's the sweetest girl. And now, gosh, she's probably 15, and she's doesn't hear, which is good because she used to freak out during storms, you know, thunderstorms and stuff, get super, super stressed and upset. And she's sleeping a lot, but she's a sweetie pie. All right, now I'm going to really say goodbye, and I'm sorry you don't get to see me peel this off. Maybe this part, wait. Will it come off? I love peel off masks. See if I can get it. Whoa. Oh, and thanks to, you know, that magnifying 10 mirror, I have a whole regime of skincare now. Here we go. It's coming off. Looks like my skin, huh? Am I grossing you out? Sorry. All right, well, have a great day, and thanks for hanging in this long. Bye.